We got ISLESGIRL3, Kim, and just little news happened. I don't know.
No, there's nothing really big. I don't know what happened.
Ilya Sorokin, or Sorokin, however you say it.
I fell.
Kim is hyped.
Let's go, chat.
Kim signed with the Islanders deal. We've already talked about it. He can't play, but he will be hopefully participating in phase 3 and 4 with the team, at least training. Kim, early reactions. You're going nuts. You already went nuts on Twitter. I interrupted you. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe this happened. I'm like still hyped about it. I'm still hyped.
Yeah. And I guess you talked about it before. What is the feeling as an Islanders fan? Because you said with Snow part of the organization, like he wasn't going to come. What was the feeling like over the past years or over the last year? Were you getting kind of a closer and closer sense? And then today when they said he might sign right at 12 and then we didn't know when he was going to sign.
Yeah.
Like
so,
what was the feeling kind of?
So it's like we've been waiting, like it said online, 5 years for this to happen. He said he would never come over while Snow was in office. And, I didn't blame him because Islanders fans all agreed Snow was god awful. But I thought he would be in the GM position forever because we just couldn't get rid of him. Yeah. Then, the good stuff finally started happening, and now we have, Barry Trotz, we have Lou Lamoriello, now we're getting Belmont. I had good high hopes for Sorokin. It just all got kind of screwed with the pandemic situation. We didn't know how the contract was going to happen, things like that. And then when we heard after the CBA ratification that it could happen, we were like, now it's a waiting game. Let's see. And, if Islanders fans, we're impatient. We're so impatient because we've been screwed left and right. So we're impatient as hell. And 12 o'clock rolled around. I didn't expect it to be like done. I expected to maybe, around 2, 3 o'clock, maybe hear something. But when it started rolling around, I'm like, okay, watch, it's the New York Islanders. We're going to take till Wednesday, right before the trade deadline to say the trade deadline. The deadline to say anything.
Well, for Islanders fans, it probably felt like some kind of trade deadline or free agency kind of thing with Sorokin here or Sorokin. But I think, like I was seeing Islanders fans on Twitter, like you're seeing obviously what's his face? Romanoff officially sign.
Yes, and you're seeing all these other contracts. And
you're seeing Kaprizov sign and then Grigorenko sign, who he's actually with the same agency as Sorokin. So it was just like other fans are like, why are all these happening and not Sorokin?
But then his agent came out. At least his agent is nice because Lou won't tell us anything. And his agent said,
he's not saying a word.
And it's like, look, luckily his agent was nice enough where he knew, I guess he was seeing online all the Islanders fans going, come on! And he said, good things come to those who wait. So I was like, okay, is this going to take another day? Does that mean another hour? I was like, I even texted you about it. I was like, he just said this, good things hopefully to come. And I'm just wondering about how much term did they give him? What did we give him in this contract?
Well, it's an entry-level deal, so I think, it's going to be just the basic 9.5. But the thing is, I think it's going to burn this year. Yeah. So even if he can't play, I think this first year of his contract, if it is a 2-year contract, is going to burn. So if he plays well in his first year, he'll probably get like the full contract right off the bat, to be honest.
No, I really think he will. And, we were talking about, like seeing his stats earlier, like him in the KHL is insane. Insane numbers, insane stats. Like the amount of shutouts this guy's had is freaking insane.
He had a 966 935 save percentage. I don't know what that's the playoffs, I guess. Yeah, 966 save percentage, but then 935, 940, 931, 953 save. Imagine having a 953 save percentage. Like
my heart's like leaping right now. I'm like, oh my god.
We've seen over the course of the last maybe 5-10 years, like numbers somewhat carry from the KHL to the NHL.
Yeah.
And when you see a guy getting 930 save percentage, like even and he's young, he's still fairly young. Like when you talk about Sorokin, he's 24.
Yeah.
I keep saying Sorokin, but he's 24 as a goaltender. Yes. So I mean, I've always preached on this channel goalies take longer to develop as it is, and we're talking about a 24-year-old putting up those numbers in the KHL, now coming over to the NHL, right as he's entering the prime of his career.
I can't believe it. It's just like the pieces of the puzzle are finally falling into place. And I've never just felt happiness as an Islanders fan. Oh man, it's like it's really
you're having some happy days lately. So Sorokin, I just want to make it clear to everyone in the chat again, he cannot play. I'm getting way too many comments earlier. Oh, Kaprizov's going to make the Wild better. No. All these contracts, they can't go to the playoffs. They're not playing in the playoffs. They can train with their team, but they're not in the playoffs. But you're just, I mean, as much as you're excited for the playoffs, you're also now saying, hey, this team's set up in goaltending. Hopefully you can.
I still have the utmost trust in Greiss and Varley. Like, goaltending wasn't our biggest problem, but I don't know, this acquisition, and I'm sad to see, because out of this, Greiss is going to go. And, I'm sad to see him go. I've loved him, and I'm always going to respect him. But just having that goalie with those kinds of numbers and seeing what he could possibly do for us next season, like, especially since I feel like, defense is our biggest, asset. Imagine that defense in front of Sorokin, like the numbers he could put up.
Just the system in general with Schwartz. Like, it's
Mitch Korn. And Mitch Korn. Mitch Korn is going to be coaching this guy. Like, it's just everything is just chef's kiss. Like,
well, and we talked about it in the preview is like the turnover is crazy. Like, we're talking about a year ago, it was Leonard and Greiss, and now it's going to be Sorokin and Varlamov.
Yeah, no, you know what? As much as I'd love to see Leonard and Sorokin right now, I understand why it happened. And I'm kind of pissed that, Leonard couldn't stay. I'm always going to be a number one Leonard fan. You know what I mean? Imagine this, but times 10 if we had Leonard back. But it is what it is. You have to roll with the flow and you have to move forward. And so I'm just going to say I'm really hyped for next season now. December 1st is going to be amazing. But, playoffs right now I got to focus on. But, man, December 1st is going to be amazing.
Yeah. I want to obviously keep this maybe like 10 minutes so we can leave it on the channel for people to rewatch. But let's, guys, ask some questions in the chat so me and Kim can answer.
The chat too,
I just think, obviously I think this is huge for an organization. I mean, I'm a Leafs fan, so I kind of know the struggles, but it's like, well, I obviously know the struggles, but it's kind of like a situation where, it was a guy that just hasn't been, or I guess until this past year, but a guy that hasn't really been in the Islanders, I guess, picture or like kind of future of what this team could look like. But now it's like he is here. So I think the Islanders are obviously setting up for something special. I think they've got other things to figure out. I mean, the Josh Ho-Sang situation, they've got a couple of guys that are they going to take that next step? Michael Dal-Cole, Kiefer Bellows, but at least now you can talk about a strong defensive game with now goaltending that shouldn't be a problem, I would say. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And now hopefully you can solve the Matthew Barzal. I wouldn't even call it a dilemma, just literally figure it out. I don't know.
Getting him signed. Just get him on paper. Get him on paper. I saw someone say we should trade for Besser, and like I hope people know that the trade rumor about him was false. Like I think the GM
I didn't think it was true regardless, but the thing is, even if it was true, Kim, like here's the thing for other people is like, what was Benning going to say? Yes, I've been talking trades with other GMs. He's not going to say that, right?
No.
He denied those rumors. He wasn't going to say it any other way.
Yeah.
He was going to deny it regardless.
Yeah, no, it's just like he came out about it. I was thinking like even that like to me was where I was like, there's no freaking way. Like I don't know. It seemed.
I don't think so too. All right, Downtown Sports, big Leaf fan. He says, is Tavares a snake? We're not trying to Downtown. We're not trying to stir the pot here, right on the live stream. Come on.
I mean, I'm just gonna put it the same way I always put it. If he had just told us to trade him and we could have traded him, we'd be a lot happier right now.
I respect that statement. Let's see. Barzal and Pulock contracts are all that's left.
Yeah.
No, one.
Don't we have Taves too?
Yeah, Devon Taves too. I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorokin is going to be the Garrett Sparks of the KHL. No, come on.
No.
Someone asked how would you feel about Grice to the Pens? Would you be cheesed?
Grice to the Pens. I wouldn't be cheesed. I honestly, I want him success wherever he goes. So I don't know. It's like, how do I felt, with Halak going to the Bruins? It's like stuff like that, because the Bruins are good, and I knew Halak was a good goaltender, and I knew they got a good pickup. I'm going to be happy wherever, Grice decides to go, and whatever team picks him up, you got a great goaltender on your hands.
Yeah, I just want to say this quickly. Obviously, subscribe to this channel, but go subscribe to ISLESGIRL3 on YouTube. Go follow her on Twitter, ISLESGIRL3. Hey, we're building a great community here, so just keep supporting, and we appreciate it. So Kim, yeah, someone said in the chat, and it's actually a good point. So if with Sorokin here, oh my God, I'm probably going to say that wrong. You can make fun of me on this one too, Kim.
I say it wrong probably too, so,
Sorokin, say if that first year here gets burned, and now you have to worry about in literally less than a year and a half to sign him again. And it ends up being like close to like a Varley Capit or something like that. The Islanders are already pretty, I would say, tough on cap. So
yeah.
If you're looking at situations, are you trading Nick Leddy? Are you trading Jordan Eberle? Like, who's a guy on the team that you think gets traded this offseason to create that cap space, especially for, Barzal, Devon Taves, Pulock?
Yeah, it's so difficult with the cap right now. And what's mostly killing us is that damn Ladd contract. I got to get rid of that Ladd contract. And, it's sad because, Ladd's a great guy. He's got, he's a good, player most of the time. But just get rid of his contract. And what's killing us, too, is Clutterbuck and Boychuk's contracts, which hurt my heart because I love those two to no end. But I feel like one of those contracts might have to end in order to have the cap space.
Yeah. So if you had to send Ladd and maybe, I don't know, Leddy to Minnesota, but you brought back that Parise contract,
no, God, no. I do not want that. God damn. Everyone was like, oh,
when that rumor
no.
came up before the deadline, you did not want it.
No. I was like, when they said Parise, I saw his I was like, hell to the no. I was like, we do not need this. No.
Oh, yeah. The only thing I'll say about Ladd, he is 34, that contract, and yeah, he's a guy that for this Islanders team shouldn't be in the lineup, but it is only 3 years. 3 years is still kind of scary, but that Parise contract, when you're talking about till 40, it's kind of like
no. Just so much no. It's just so much no.
So, and yeah, Downtown makes another good point. Is Komarov a guy? I feel like he's a guy that you could probably move on from. I feel like Cole, again, do you think they figure out that Ho-Sang situation, or do you think he's gone for sure?
I think he's gone for sure. I don't see how they're going to incorporate him back in the lineup, honestly. But, he brings up a good point again. Komarov is another forward where I could really see being dispensable at this point. Michael Dal Cole, too.
Yeah, well, the thing with Dal Cole is I really think he's categorized as a bust at this point. But for me, it's maybe he can find a role on the third or fourth line and be a cheaper cap pick. Because that's the thing with this Islander team now. If you're signing Barzal, if you have to sign Sorokin, and then you have to sign Devon Taves and sign all these guys, Pulock, it's you probably need your bottom six forwards to be on low cap hits. So for a guy like Dal Cole, maybe he gets signed for, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number, 3 years at a 1.5 per or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying, and I don't know if I even want to resign.
Yeah, not the greatest.
not to be a horrible person, but it hurts.
So Kim, maybe a Leafs Islanders trade, Ho-Sang for Jeremy Bracco. 2 players that have problems in their organization.
No.
No.
Even I don't know. Ho-Sang with the points, at least he puts up. I feel like he's
Bracco was
a little more. He's worth a little more. But no, my brother is the biggest Josh Jose fan. He won't shut up about his numbers. And they're not bad. But I don't know, I feel like he couldn't translate that to the NHL, and I feel like he's a bye-bye.
He's a bye-bye. Well, here's my thing. I do think Ho-Sang, while maybe off ice, there was, again, I really can't speak to it because I just feel like the stories were just all over the place. But I will say, when Trotz came in and he was instructing Ho-Sang to be a better defensive player, his defensive numbers got better because Ho-Sang would just float around, and he did get better. But again, I feel like with the Ho-Sang situation, once the bridge was burned, it can't really be recovered here.
Yeah.
But Sorokin, before I've seen some good questions, and I saw a question somewhat like this. Sorokin, in terms of around the league, where could you see him like ranked? Like we've talked about Leonard, his ranking around the league. Could you see Sorokin being a top 5 goaltender, top 10 goaltender in the league? That's maybe hard. Early hot take prediction.
Yeah, it's hard because he's never been on NHL ice. He doesn't know about the width. He's got to get used to that, which is why I'm really excited that he is coming in phase 3 and 4 and not just jumping into playoffs, because he has that time to acclimate. He has that time to work with our coaches, get used to the team, and get used to NHL ice. It's just the perfect scenario where he has that time to build and then come into the next season prepared. So that's why I'm really excited. If his first year burns, it burns, but at least we're gonna have that advantage going into next season, that he's gonna be prepared rather than throwing him in and going good luck.
Yeah, no, facts.
But if his numbers translate, top 5.
Hey, hot take. You gotta love the hot takes. Top 5. No, I would say honestly, with his projections right now and just kind of what scouts have said about him, I could easily see him being a top 10 goaltender in this league. Yeah. Eventually. I mean,
hit the acclimation period of like just playing, against other NHL teams. Top 10, definitely. Maybe not top 5, but maybe a top 10.
Yeah, again,
it's still the New York Islanders. It's still the New York.
If it translates, like it's so hard because like I said, Panarin, when he signed over, it was like, oh, this guy's going to be good, but no one would have predicted he would turn out to be this good.
Yeah, Panarin, right? Panarin's been insane for the Rangers, and he's been a huge part of their success, especially when they came up in their rise. Him and Mika, and he's also been helping Strome. I don't care what anyone says. Like, he's definitely been helping Strome out point wise. But him and Strome, I feel like, have that good chemistry, and they have a great coach who's been able to realize that. And you know what? Rangers going to be a team to beat.
Okay, and Ross Johnson, keep him around, or?
I love Ross the Boss. I love him. He's one of the only players in this team where he's not afraid to show that physicality and protect his teammates. And it's something I kind of have missed and lost in Matt Martin. And do
you want them to keep that 4th line together of Martin, Clutterbuck, and Cizikas going forward?
You can't just I don't know. You can't just get rid of that chemistry, and especially with people like Cizikas and Clutterbuck, their PK skills and the amount it's just unattainable. And I feel like with their chemistry, especially on the PK, and I think why our PK is sometimes really successful is just that their ability to work together and especially get those shorthanded goals is just amazing.
Yeah. Any last points, Kim? Because I think we went over your reaction. And people can't realize Kim's hyped here. ISLESGIRL is hyped here. I don't know if it was not obvious enough. Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's
break the step.
Let's go. Freaking cross-check the camera.
Oh, and that's another one. That Pajot. Do you think Pajot will? I mean, big playoff performer, but long term, do you see him staying with the Islanders?
He has a 6-year deal.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying will they trade him or will they keep him?
No, they're gonna keep him.
They're gonna keep him.
No, they're gonna keep him.
So Barzal, Pajot, lock it in.
Yeah.
Girl. All right.
Straight up.
All right, guys. Well, anything else, Kim, for the viewers? Anything else? Or is there anyone cheesing you in the chat or something? Or?
I don't see any cheesing. It's just I don't even care right now. If they do,
Gatorade. Hashtag get the Gatorade.
I don't care. Gatorade. Screw you. But if they are, I don't care right now because I don't get to be happy very often with this team. So I'm going to enjoy every minute of this, and that we finally, people who have been waiting for the right steps and right directions, and my team finally did something, and just, oh my God, my whole life has been disappointment. And so every moment of happiness I'm going to get, whether it be a tiny signing like that, I don't know if it's tiny, but a signing like this we've been waiting years for, whether it be just finally having an arena, just finally having a team that makes playoffs and works their asses off each and every game, that doesn't give up on the ice every single time they're down a freaking goal. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it, man.
Can we get Belmont hype in the chat? HTH is making it. Yo, HTH, ISLESGIRL, Belmont vlog when it opens up. Lock it in.
I'm gonna be making first time I go. I'm gonna be making a huge vlog about it. I'm gonna be going around every single nook and cranny of that arena, exploring it, just enjoying every single moment, talking about the energy I feel, the interaction with other fans, how I feel about watching the game. Like, it's gonna be made for hockey. Like, I've been seeing. I've walked around it. I've been seeing the sketches. I've been just. It's unbelievable, you know, just how many years, like, I can't believe, like, 5-6 years ago, I was, you know, on, like, sitting in this room right now going, am I not going to be able to watch hockey more? Am I going to have a team? And now, like, all this is happening. It's just, thank God. Thank God.
Trust in Lou? Question mark?
Trust in Lou, absolutely.
Yeah. And Brandon asked with a big $7 dono, says, John, you're a beauty. Keep the streams up, man. The aisles are on the come up aisles, girl. That's what he says.
Yes. Love it, man.
Yo, Stanley Cup 2025, question mark?
You know,
sooner. She wants it sooner. She wants it this year.
Not this year, but I would say give it a year or two. I would say look at 2022, 23.
Ooh,
you know,
okay.
If we can get at least one more offenseman that can really, I feel like, keep up with Barzal. You know, we get like a nice speedster up there and like be able to produce more goals.
Okay, so if Islanders lose and somehow get number 1 for Lafreniere, is that a lock for Cup in the next 3 years?
If we get Lafreniere, you know, you got to remember he's young. You know, you don't know what you're gonna get, but if we somehow get Lafreniere, that speeds up the process like ×3. I don't know, just in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Lamoriello, love the guy. He is getting older though, so he wants this cup now. He wants it now.
Good, because I want the same. You know what? I'm glad that I hope he has the hunger in his stomach like every Islanders fan does right now, because you know, you wait how many, you know, I didn't get to experience the cups. All I see is these old school videos of, you know, guys not wearing helmets on the ice, you know, scoring Stanley Cup goals and stuff like that. I want it now. I want to enjoy the feeling, the moment, watch our boys on a parade down on Long Island and just enjoy every freaking second of it. I want it. I'm hungry. I want a cup.
She's hungry. Whoa! 2 donos. Brayden S says, not better than my Oilers. Just saying. So he's just saying. And Twisted the go-to stream.
Twisted, let's go, man.
What a go-to duo right now. Actually, yeah, I suck, but look at Kim. She's wildin'.
Are you kidding me? I'm with you're the star of my freaking podcast.
No, come on. I interrupted your Twitter stream. I'm sorry.
No, that was hilarious. I was like, you know what? I bet if everyone to call me, I didn't care. Like, it could have been, I could have been anyone in the world. I wouldn't have cared because you know what? I'm just happy, and I got to express my immediate reaction. So it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I'm happy. I'm going to enjoy this day. Oh man, I need to breathe.
Okay, guys, stop. We're not going to ruin it. I'm seeing DiPietro comments. Stop.
It's fine. We're paying them to like what, 2030? It's like the Mets where you just enjoy every year that you end up paying this freaking guy.
All right, well, oh my God, my phone's at 1%. What? How do I stop donating? Brayden, that's with another 7. Bro, you're wilding right now. Jeez.
Man, that's amazing, man. You have something in this.
Hey, if Belmont has Sapporo, I'm making my way, and we're gonna have a good time and just get wild.
You know, I'm gonna have season tickets to that damn place, so come on down.
Let's go.
No, you got a free ticket when you come down. I got you.
Hey, then I got the beers for the weekend. You know it. And Gatorades.
Gatorades.
Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. Maybe a couple more questions before we head out. Let's see. Everyone's just saying donos. TBC, enough with that. What if CC and Marincin were on the Islanders? Bro, Kim would maybe cry.
Let's not talk about impossibilities, okay?
No, well, Kim was pretty cheesed when Tavares left, but I don't think she was ever, not too disrespectful, but like any, I would say, I don't know. Some Islanders fans maybe went a little too far. I don't know.
I didn't burn jerseys. I didn't run over it with a car. I didn't do any of that. I didn't throw anything at him. And like, let me just be clear here. Islanders fans hate that guy. Like, we straight up, like, we don't respect that guy at all. And you know what? It's like, dude, you made a mistake. You know, like, don't do. Like, we're just like, don't do that. Come on. Like, it's one fan out of how many that were there. But you know, I did have some fun with it. Like, on the back of my jersey, I wrote "grocery shopper" and things like that. I had fun with it. You know, I went to his return game in Islanders pajamas.
Pajamas.
I went in Islanders onesie for that game. It was just, you know, having fun with it at that point with all the, you know, jokes and the memes. I was just having fun with it at that point. But when I came to that game, I watched our boys warm up. I enjoyed every single moment of it. And it just is at the fact now that I'm just upset we didn't trade for him because we would have been in such a better position.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, yeah, notifications, guys, aren't working, but it's all good. Again, please go subscribe to ISLESGIRL on YouTube, ISLESGIRL3, follow her on Twitter. Yo, ISLESGIRL's always wilding on Twitter. Like, she was trying to call me out for a fight. Like, such a rigged vote. Like, literally going to her fault. Like,
sure.
I was disappointed. I was like, I thought I had to put out the tweet, but it's like, you know what? I believe my 20% will be happy in the end.
Yeah, we'll see. You know,
whoa.
Do the Ross Johnston shimmy and then.
Okay. Nah, I just can't have that comment saying Tavares wants the money, not the win. Bro, he took over $2 less million. He could have took 13 with the Sharks. Get out of here. None of that.
No, it's not about the money with him. He wanted to go home. He wanted to go home, and he wanted to win a cup with Toronto, and I understand that.
Yeah, maybe I've already said it. Maybe he was bad with his communication. Maybe he was being a little bit of a flake, but it wasn't about the money, so none of that comment.
It wasn't about the money. No, I agree with you there.
All right. Well, thank you guys again. Go support ISLESGIRL. Subscribe to this channel if you want. I mean, I think Kim's gonna come on here a few more times, maybe here and there. I don't know. So, no, Kim, I would love to have you on. You know, I always love chatting with you hockey. Like our conversations, like guys, we'll chat for like. Or we'll chat for 5 minutes and it turns into an hour. So
yeah, straight up, because we started going into the wormhole that is hockey.
Yeah. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. Sorokin, he signed. Kim's happy. Kim's like, all right, guys, and yeah. Go if we watch if you missed any of it. Jeez, it turned into 27 minutes. Literally, like that's literally my point right there. And I love it, guys. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace out and bye-bye. All right.